Hi, I'm Tracy with KOGmissions.com, and welcome to Simple Bible Truth. I want to inspire you in your faith and encourage you to seek truth, to love God, and to obey Jesus. I know many of you who listen to my videos have come out of high-control churches or religions, and that can make it difficult to committing to any sort of church organization. We should be cautious. I myself have backed away from an organization because of the compromise that I see, and for other reasons as well. So what do we do if there's not a local body of like-minded believers to fellowship with and to study with? We must remember what Jesus told us. For where there are 2 or 3 assembled in my name, I am there among them. We don't need big groups or fancy organizations or buildings, but we do need to fellowship with other like-minded believers. Whether that is just with 2 or 3 people locally or a few online, that is still fellowship, and that is something that we need. We must remember that we all have all of eternity to look forward to and fellowshipping face to face. So why do we need to gather today, whether in person or online? Hebrews 10:23-24 tells us why, and it even commands us to not forsake meeting together. It says, "Let us hold unwaveringly to the hope that we confess, for the one who made the promise is trustworthy. And let us take thought of how to spur one another on to love and good works, not abandoning our own meetings, as some are in the habit of doing, but encouraging each other, and even more so as you see the day drawing near." These 2 verses give us a wealth of information as to why we should not abandon meeting together. If we want to hold on unwaveringly to the kingdom hope that we have, meeting together helps us to do that. We also meet together not just for ourselves, but for who we can spur on and to keep on just keeping on, and encourage them to do that, helping them to stand firm and be faithful in good works and keep on loving people. We are told that this is essential, even more so as we get daily closer to the return of Christ and the persecution and suffering that will come our way prior to that day. When we get together in fellowship, we are encouraged, and we encourage others to stand firm on truth and righteousness. We hold one another accountable, and we pray for one another. When we see people, even on a computer screen or even just their name in a live chat, we can develop a relationship with them, which helps us to keep them in our thoughts and in our prayers. And we can send them words of encouragement throughout the week. When people quit attending, it's easy to become out of sight and out of mind. Even if people like you and care for you, they get busy with life and are less likely to remember to pray for you. It seems that people often quit attending a church or fellowship or Bible study when they are overwhelmed or have many problems. The enemy wants us to believe that we are too busy to attend or have too many problems that we just don't want to see people or we're too tired. This is when we really need each other even more. This is when you need encouragement and prayers and the love of the brethren. Some people quit gathering because they are entertaining sin in their lives, and it convicts them when they gather with believers, and they don't want their conscience pricked. Again, this is when we need fellowship and really need Bible reading and study. The only reason we should not fellowship with a group is if they are not teaching truth. With that said, it may be hard to find groups or people who believe 100% like we do, and this is where grace comes in. Obviously, the big teachings should not be compromised. But as Paul said, if some eat meat and others don't, we shouldn't let that come between us, and we should love one another. If we have been offended by people, whether online or in a church building, we should talk to those people. We are human beings, and unfortunately, we offend each other from time to time. And I would think, though, that the majority of those times that we've been offended, it was unintentional. And most likely the person doesn't even know it. And at times we must practice the verse that says to overlook an offense, because we are trying to live at peace with all people as much as it depends upon us. When we get to know people, there is intimacy that we all need, especially as we try to live out a holy life unto the Lord. And as Hebrews said, we must do this more and more as we see the day approaching. We don't know how much longer there will be freedom to meet in person or even online. And we must be developing relationships and growing in our faith and in His truth as much as we can, because there may come a day when we will be alone and we can't do that. We need to be fit and strong so that we will not be deceived and so that we can stand firm even unto death. We will be encouraged to know that there are other brothers and sisters who are praying for us and enduring the same things that we are going through. And we will be more likely to be holding them up in prayer as well. So today, I would like to encourage you to have at least a few people with whom you fellowship regularly, whether it's an official group or just a believer or two that you talk to and discuss the Bible with and pray for and pray with. Our Women's Bible Fellowship has been a big blessing to me, and I think for a few others as well. And if you are a woman who loves the truth about the one true God and His human Messiah, Jesus, and His coming kingdom to the earth, and our resurrection and immortality and reigning with Christ for that 1,000 years, and you would like fellowship and study and get to know other ladies like that, please reach out to me. If you are looking for good, solid Bible teaching and discussion, join us on Sunday mornings with Restoration Fellowship and Monday evenings with the Scattered Brethren Network. Even with the live streams, the chat can be very encouraging, and it is such a blessing to see familiar names chatting. I do pray that God would bless you on your journey, and may you continue to seek truth, to love God, and to obey Jesus, and to not forsake meeting together.